Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Hubar begins now.
Good evening. Tasmanians are being warned to prepare their properties ahead of a busy bushfire season. The state's fire service is predicting up to 10 out-of-control blazes this summer, but it's hoped a new safety campaign will help to save lives.
Every year, the Grubb family prepares their home for a potential bushfire.
At the start of the season, of the fire season, we usually do a quick check and quick clean up around, and that involves cleaning all the gutters and everything like that in preparedness.
Now, a new safety checklist will help even more Tasmanians take extra precautions ahead of a fire threat.
Having the 5-minute checklist as well, we can carry it with us in our emails or on our phones or in paper. So it's really nice and comforting to have that we can refer to it at any point in time.
The TFS also launching a campaign to highlight the risks of a bushfire and know which items to take in the event of an emergency.
It's important to decide when to leave and where to go.
The TFS is expecting a normal season, which could be up to 10 bushfires burning out of control, but it's confident it has the resources necessary to battle any blaze.
Our crews are ready, our people are ready. We've got aircraft come online now, so as an agency we're ready.
This includes fuel reduction, it includes mechanical clearing, it includes measures to support our 5,000 volunteers right across the state.
As the weather heats up, it's a reminder for all Tasmanians to be ready to avoid putting any lives at risk. Ainsley Kosh, 7 Tasmania News.
A 76-year-old solo sailor has been rescued after being caught in rough weather off the state's west coast. Around 11:30 last night, an emergency beacon was activated after a boat experienced difficulty in high winds and heavy seas. Melbourne's AMSA Challenger jet, the Westpac rescue helicopter and a fishing vessel nearby were all dispatched. The Zeehan yachtsman was located around 25 nautical miles south of Strawn this morning. Police are appealing for information about a motorcycle crash on the northwest coast last night. A 20-year-old man crashed his motorbike on Seabrook Road in Somerset at around 6 o'clock. He was flown to the Royal Hobart Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Anyone who witnessed the incident should contact police or Crime Stoppers. Hobart City Council is considering mandatory vaccinations for staff by December 15 under new guidelines. The policy would also apply to people visiting council workplaces, including Town Hall and the Aquatic Centre.
Staff will have had their first shot or at least booked in to have that done by the 15th of December. For those unvaccinated staff, we will be starting to do rapid antigen testing.
The state government says Tasmania remains on track to reach 90% double dose rate by the border reopening date.
Tasmania is over 86% fully vaccinated now, and we believe that we will reach the 90% by December 15.
Launceston City Council says it will announce its own position on mandatory vaccinations in due course. The JACKJUMPERS have won their first match of the NBL season, defeating the Brisbane Bullets in overtime. Coach Scott Roth tearing up as the final siren rang, delivering the home side an 83-74 win. A sellout crowd of more than 4,000 spectators watched on at MyState Bank Arena last night, and we'll have more on that thrilling match later in sport. Around 2,000 motorbikes roared into Hobart today in an annual toy ride for Tasmanian families doing it tough this Christmas. The Salvation Army says after nearly 2 years of COVID-19 impacts, demand keeps on rising.
The big man in red rumbling into Hobart on a revved-up sleigh. Leather-clad helpers following behind. As Santa's special elf completes his 23rd ever MRA toy run.
I'm a retired school teacher. Seeing kids laughing and smiling and doing what kids do is pretty special.
Leaving from MyState Bank Arena and roaring along the Brooker Highway into the CBD, the 42nd annual event, bringing motorbike riders together in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, just to give presents to the kids. And it's a bit of a tradition for us as well now.
It's important because everybody deserves to have Christmas.
Last couple of years has been very tough on a lot of people, both mentally and financially, for a lot of hard-working casuals out there. So being able to give that support and help people feel a bit better is very important.
Donating toys, gifts and food for Tasmanians struggling during the festive season. The number of people in need rising amid continuous COVID pressures.
Unfortunately, over the last year, we've seen an increase in the number of people reaching out to us for support. Last year, we supported 2,500 Tasmanians, and this year it's already looking like it'll be over 3,000.
With locals giving generously to grant some Christmas wishes.
Yeah, donated some teddy bears.
Yep.
A lot of kids deserve it, and I hope all these kids also get Christmas presents. I also think it's just pretty nice for everyone to go for a ride.
Ruby COMMANE, 7 Tasmania News.
Anyone fancying a flutter in Hobart can now play a hand at Rest Point's new casino. Decked out with new tables, games and a bar to host live entertainment, the $8 million upgrade is part of ongoing renovations on the 48-year-old venue.
We really think that we needed a new vibrant entertainment space to, let people come down, relax, indulge, right here on the point, and enjoy the view and an entertainment experience as well.
The casino officially opens to punters tonight from 8 o'clock. More than 60 motorsport enthusiasts converged at Symmons Plains today to take part in the inaugural Drift Jam. The first of its kind event aims to boost car culture in the state and give those with a need for speed a place to go drifting.
Fast cars, smoking tyres and sharp turns. Drifting is the fastest growing motorsport in Australia and it's gaining popularity in Tasmania.
It's the most fun you can have in a car. You're actually drifting around the track, so sliding. Originally it started in Japan.
In competition, 2 cars race one another, with the back car trying to mirror the front car's turn as accurately as possible, while also staying close to the front car. The most successful driver to do this crowned the winner. Matt Harvey competed across Australia and Europe after falling in love with the sport as a child.
My dad's friend at the time was driving in the Australian series, and so we came over, watched it, and I was hooked from there. I was about 8 years old, and I'm like, yep, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
And it's a hit with spectators.
It's skills. It's not just herding, it's actually skills, and basically building a vehicle that can last the distance as well.
Do you do drifting yourself?
No, not at all. I'd end up in a wall.
This sport certainly isn't for the faint-hearted, with cars reaching speeds of up to 180 kilometres an hour.
At that sort of speed, you're trying to keep a car in control that's wanting to be out of control.
A challenging sport and an adrenaline rush. Elizabeth O'Neill, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian soccer superstars in the making tested their skills today in an annual training festival. More than 350 junior players from 32 teams statewide competing not for trophies but for improved development. Hosted by Football Tasmania, hoping to inspire future representatives in Australia.
In the 2032 Brisbane Olympics, so both the Matildas and the Olyroos, these guys and girls here would be eligible in terms of that age group, and so we hope to see Tasmanian on that international stage.
The clinic continues at the Twin Ovals tomorrow. Pet owners are being urged not to leave their furry friends in hot cars this summer. RSPCA Tasmania is warning it can take just 6 minutes for an animal to die in a hot vehicle, and causing an animal's suffering can mean a hefty fine or even jail time. Plenty of water and shade should also be provided to avoid heat stroke. Tasmanians were on the edge of their seats last night as the JACKJUMPERS took their NBL debut into overtime. The local side beating the Brisbane Bullets with a thrilling 9-point win in Hobart as a sold-out stadium watched on.
After a build-up of anticipation, Tasmania's new basketball team showed fans they're a top contender. There was plenty of pressure in the first quarter.
The Jet with the shot clock at 6, pulls up for 3, off balance. Makes it work and the JACKJUMPERS lead out by 1.
A tight second quarter saw the JACKJUMPERS start strong, but the Bullets came firing back. The home side managed to level the score, leading 42-41. But it was a nail-biting final quarter. Brisbane down 67-66 after Lamar Patterson missed his opportunity to score his team a win with just 14 seconds on the clock.
Lamar Patterson says that he wants to silence the critics his way. Oh, misses both.
Oh, wow.
And Tasmania come up with the ball.
Gee whiz.
They walk to the other end of the floor for free throws.
JACKJUMPER Will Magnay scored 2 for the home side, but the Bullets stepped up, sending the game into overtime.
Sobey for 3. Got it! Nathan Sobey with ice running through his veins.
But it wasn't enough to get them over the line. More than 4,000 fans helping the JACKJUMPERS to the win.
Just the crowd tonight, their energy, we definitely felt that energy and kind of boosted us up that last 5 minutes in overtime where Brisbane didn't respond with the same energy, and we can contribute a lot of that to the fans.
The JACKJUMPERS winning 83-74. Elizabeth O'Neill, 7 Tasmania News. Good evening. Eddystone had the state's top temperature at 21 degrees. Hobart reached just 14, 20 in Launceston, Burnie 18 and 19 in Devonport. Flinders Island, Lowhead and St Helens all reached 19 and Lyweenie reached just 9 degrees. A band of cloud crossed the state this morning, some of which remained over the west and south in the afternoon. Mid to low level cloud sits about southern Victoria, while an area of mid to high level cloud moves across southeast and Western Australia and South Australia. Tomorrow, a high pressure system is moving across Tasmania and several over the mainland. Variable winds of 5 to 15 knots tending northeast to northwest, reaching up to 30 knots about the lower east in the evening. Seas up to 2 metres. There's a strong wind warning current for the lower east coast from Wineglass Bay to Tasman Island tomorrow. Hobart 20 and partly cloudy tomorrow. Richmond and Ouse both reaching 21. Cloudy in Launceston 18, slightly cooler in Devonport 17 and a possible shower for Deloraine. A shower or two clearing in Burnie, 18 in Strawn and mostly sunny, 17 in Curry. 17 in St Helens and cloudy, 18 for Swansea and Whitemark. The UV very high tomorrow at 10. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast, showers in the northwest extending to the west and remainder of the north in the afternoon. Tuesday will see showers in the north and west extending statewide during the morning, then easing and contracting in the west and northeast in the evening. And on Wednesday, mainly fine apart from morning showers in the southwest. On the mainland, mostly sunny for Melbourne, cloudy and 22 for Sydney, a shower or two developing in Alice Springs, 38. And currently Hobart 14 degrees, partly cloudy, Launceston 17 and sunny, and Devonport 18 and sunny. And Lou, after cooler conditions compared to earlier this week, it was still a nice day across the state.
It was. Thanks for that, Lizzie. And that's all your news for this Saturday evening. Thanks so much for joining us. Tom Johnson and the team will join you tomorrow night. Good night.